Today I'm at NVIDIA headquarters to spill the tea on the tech powering the future of AI. And don't worry, we're talking robots.
Welcome to the Tea in Tech IRL, where I sip some tea with the most interesting people in tech. Today, we're speaking with Dion Harris from NVIDIA to understand how NVIDIA powers our everyday life and is shaping the future of AI.
We are at our very first Tea in Tech IRL here at NVIDIA headquarters. I'm so excited to be here with none other than Dion.
Such an honor. So my name is Dion Harris. I'm the director of our data center HPC and AI infrastructure group.
You know, everyone here has known and heard of NVIDIA, but no one really knows what they actually do. So tell us what NVIDIA actually does and maybe how consumers are interacting with it every day without even knowing it.
Well, see, most consumers actually know NVIDIA as a gaming company.
Yeah.
But as of late, we've been at the center of this whole AI revolution.
Totally.
It is truly the engine that has democratized AI. And so, as we look at a lot of the use cases that we're starting to see, whether it be chatbots or media and entertainment, drug discovery, all of that is powered by our platform.
But I feel like there's two terms in AI right now that everyone's talking about. It's models and agents. And I just realized that kind of sounds like Hollywood, like models and agents.
There you go.
But no, we are talking of the AI variety.
Exactly.
How is NVIDIA interacting with these consumer verticals and how is it powering?
So like I mentioned, there's a hardware element and there's a software element. Of course, everyone knows we build GPUs and we build very powerful, capable hardware infrastructure. So when we talk about inference again, like I mentioned before, that's how AI gets used. And so Dynamo is really the operating system of AI factories, and that helps deploying AI models. Agents are basically taking AI capabilities and it's creating action behind it so that you can create an AI agent that can go and book your next trip to Hawaii, like KV caching. These are very technical terms. I'll try to not get too much in the weeds, but it's also allows people to get more sort of performance out of their underlying hardware and infrastructure. And that's really the core value that you get from a product like Dynamo.
You know, it's interesting. I was going to push back on the model point and be like, everyone's kind of thinking about models right now. What's interesting is, in a way, this fits your theme, right? You're helping others build that agentic layer and maybe have access to more tech and compute.
So when you think about how we try to democratize the technology, it's really making it as efficient, as adoptable as possible. So if you think about a lot of the large consumer applications, they have millions or even billions of users. To service that many users on the infrastructure requires a lot of compute. And so that's why, like I mentioned, to the extent that we can leverage our hardware innovations, leverage our software innovations like Dynamo to really drive more efficiency, that's going to make it a lot easier for those service providers to adopt AI into their platform.
Now I know I promised everyone we're getting to robots.
When you think about sort of how AI has evolved, so AI today has really been focused in a virtual world, either in a chatbot or even in an agentic workflow. And so we have a platform called Omniverse and Cosmo. That's really the next wave of AI. It's taking that virtual assistant and putting it into an embodied mechanism that can go out and interact with humans in a day-to-day life. When I bring my daughter to work, the first thing she wants to do is go to the robots lab, the world through her eyes. She already sees that AI is going to be a companion.
Ask our guests to spill the tea. So maybe a hot take or prediction in the world of AI. Can you give us some?
Today, the models are very nascent. We're in such the early phases of what these models are going to be capable of. So I think in the next 2 years, we're going to see AI that truly we couldn't imagine. We're really just getting started. And there's a ton of excitement and opportunity, to really kind of get on board. So you're right at the start of this.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think we're all excited to be in on this and see NVIDIA continue to drive the conversation. So thanks for being here for that.